In Genesis chapter 12, from verse 1 to 3, God promised Abraham greatness. God told him that he was going to make him a great nation, that his name will be great, and he will bless him. Everybody that blessed him was going to be blessed. Anyone that cursed him was going to be cursed. By the time we get to Genesis chapter 13, verse 2, Bible tells us that Abraham was already rich in silver, in gold, and in cattle. Now, going to Genesis chapter 14, verse 14, Abraham already had so much slaves that 318 out of them were trained soldiers. Now, I tell you, it would take a great man and a wealthy man, as at the time of Abraham, to have such a number of slaves. Then in Genesis chapter 17, verse 1 to 3, something dramatic happened. God appeared to Abraham, and God said to him, Abraham, walk before me and be perfect. Then I will fulfill the covenant I had with you. Now, what was the covenant? God was referring to the covenant he made with Abraham in Genesis chapter 12 that was going to make him a great nation, as in father of nations. The implication of Genesis chapter 17, verse 1 to 3 is that the greatness of Abraham was not going to be in his cattle, in the gold, and in the silver, and in the number of slaves he had. As far as God is concerned, Abraham's greatness is hidden in Isaac. Now, this is teaching us something. Among all the good things in your life, always learn to distinguish that one thing, the major thing that defines your greatness in life. And how can you know that? Whatever is God's main priority in your life is actually the one thing, the major thing that defines your greatness in life. God was committed to blessing Abraham with silver, with gold, and with slaves. In fact, he protected Abraham, he guarded Abraham jealously. But much more than all of those things, God was more interested in Isaac. And that was why at every point that Abraham traded Sarah for other things, even for his own life, God was careful in protecting and preserving Sarah, because she was going to be the vehicle that will birth the greatness that God has for Abraham. Failure to understand this will always make you to embrace what the world or men are offering you in order to turn your back on what defines your greatness. What could any man offer you that will make you trade what defines your greatness for it? You will say nothing. But if you have not come to a point whereby you can distinguish what defines your greatness from other good things in your life, you see, when men offer you job, when men offer you money, when men offer you juicy opportunities, you are likely to trade what defines your greatness for any of those things.